a patient's had surgery, another movement that we want to work is called a flexion or an overhead movement. This is a movement that patients need in order to be able to reach up into overhead cabinets, to change light bulbs, things of that nature. And so a lot of times we'll want a caretaker to help with that. And so usually you'll have one hand under the elbow and then one hand up above the wrist. And you just want to have a gentle grip as a spouse, but the bottom hand is going to be the one that does the work. And basically we're just going to lift up off of the pillow. And again, the spouse is doing all the work here. The patient doesn't have to do anything other than just relax. And then we get the arm up until the patient tells us that they feel a gentle to a moderate stretch. And then we hold for about 10 seconds. And then we bring the arm slowly back down to the pillow. A lot of times patients will hurt worse on the way back down than they do on the way up. And if that's the case, it's usually because they're not relaxed. And on the way back down, a lot of times it'll help. I'll go into a greater range of motion this time, where we get all the way up overhead. But if a patient hurts worse coming back down, a lot of times what you can do is give them a cue in the hand that's below their elbow to push down into your hand. And so, Don, if you'll push down into my hand here a little bit harder for me. And as they push down, a lot of times that will shut off the rotator cuff, which is kind of the source of discomfort if a patient's hurting on the way back down. And again, those are typically held for about 10 seconds at the point that your therapist tells you that they want the arm to stretch. And that helps with the overhead